The screen of her phone glowed brighter than the tears in her eyes. Every day, she laughed online, flirted for attention, and played with people's feelings like it was a game. But one cold night, when the room went silent and no one answered her calls, she realized something terrifying. She had thousands of followers, but not one real person left beside her. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Welcome to Kindness Story Hub, where every story reminds us that kindness can heal hearts, change lives, and sometimes save someone from themselves. Mia Carter lived in Chicago, in a small apartment filled with expensive clothes, makeup products, and glowing screens. At 26 years old, she had built a life around attention. Her social media pages looked perfect. Smiling selfies, luxury restaurants, late-night parties, and captions that made her seem untouchable. People admired her beauty. Men chased her. Women copied her style. But behind every photo was a girl who felt empty. Mia had learned early that attention gave her power. In high school, she discovered that people would do almost anything if they liked you enough. Compliments became control. Affection became entertainment. Over the years, she stopped caring about emotions. She flirted with lonely men for free dinners. She ghosted people after making them fall for her. Sometimes she even shared private messages with her friends just so they could laugh together. To her, feelings were toys. One evening, while scrolling through messages, Mia noticed a new text from a man named Daniel Brooks. His profile looked simple. No flashy pictures. No expensive cars. Just a normal guy with kind eyes and a soft smile. "Hey," the message read. "I know this might sound random, but your smile made my rough day a little better." Mia smirked. Another easy target. She replied with just enough kindness to keep him interested. Over the next few weeks, Daniel became part of her daily entertainment. He sent good morning texts. Asked about her day. Remembered small details. Unlike other men, he never bragged or tried too hard. That almost bored her. Still, she kept talking to him because his attention felt comforting on lonely nights. Daniel worked as a nurse at a local hospital. His life was busy and exhausting, but he always made time to check on people. Even through messages, Mia could feel his warmth. One night, Daniel told her something personal. "My mom passed away last year," he wrote. "Since then, life's felt quieter. But talking to you has helped." Mia stared at the message for a moment. Then she rolled her eyes. Instead of responding sincerely, she screenshot the message and sent it to her group chat. "Look how emotionally attached this guy is already," she typed. Her friends replied with laughing emojis. But something strange happened that night. For the first time in years, Mia didn't feel amused. She felt guilty. The feeling disappeared quickly, though. She pushed it away and continued playing her games. Weeks later, Daniel invited her to dinner. "Nothing fancy," he said. "Just somewhere peaceful." Mia almost said no. But she had nothing else to do that evening, so she agreed. When she arrived at the restaurant, Daniel stood up immediately and smiled nervously. He looked exactly like his pictures. Simple clothes. Gentle eyes. Genuine happiness. Throughout dinner, Daniel listened carefully whenever she spoke. He asked about her childhood, her dreams, her fears. No one had asked her those questions in years. Usually, people only cared about her looks. For a moment, Mia felt uncomfortable. Real conversations scared her more than fake ones. As they left the restaurant, they passed an elderly homeless man sitting near the sidewalk. Most people ignored him. Daniel didn't. He quietly walked over, handed the man a warm meal and some cash, then crouched beside him for a few minutes just talking. Not filming it. Not posting it online. Just helping. Mia watched silently from a distance. "Why do you do that?" she asked later. Daniel shrugged. "Because people matter." The answer stayed in her mind longer than she expected. Over the next month, they kept meeting. Daniel's kindness was consistent. He treated waiters with respect. He checked on strangers. He volunteered at shelters on weekends. And slowly, Mia started noticing something painful. Daniel was happier than she was. He didn't have luxury brands or viral videos. Yet somehow, his life felt fuller. Meanwhile, every night Mia still returned to an empty apartment. One Friday evening, Mia attended a rooftop party with influencers and friends. Loud music blasted through giant speakers while people recorded fake laughter for videos. In the middle of the party, Mia noticed something shocking. Everyone around her was pretending. Girls took pictures with drinks they never touched. Couples acted in love for content, then argued seconds later. Friends complimented each other online while gossiping in person. It suddenly looked exhausting. For the first time, her glamorous world felt hollow. Then her phone buzzed. A message from Daniel. "Hope your night's going well. Don't forget to take care of yourself." Simple words. But somehow, they hit harder than all the compliments she received online. Mia stared at the screen for a long time. That night, after returning home, she sat alone in darkness. No music. No filters. No distractions. Just silence. And inside that silence, she finally faced the truth. She didn't know how to genuinely care about anyone anymore. The realization scared her. Days later, Daniel invited her to volunteer with him at a community food drive. Mia almost refused, but something inside pushed her to go. At the shelter, she met struggling families, exhausted single parents, and elderly people who smiled gratefully over simple meals. One little girl hugged Mia after receiving a winter coat. "Thank you," the child whispered. Mia froze. No expensive gift or online compliment had ever made her feel what that tiny hug did. For the first time in years, she felt human. As weeks passed, Mia slowly changed. She stopped leading people on for attention. She apologized to some people she had hurt. Not everyone forgave her, but she tried anyway. Still, changing wasn't easy. Her old friends mocked her. "You're becoming boring," one friend laughed. Another said, "Since when do you care about strangers?" Mia didn't answer. Because deep down, she knew they were afraid of something. If kindness mattered more than attention, then maybe they were all living the wrong way. One snowy evening, Mia received a call from the hospital where Daniel worked. There had been a terrible highway accident. Daniel was injured while helping victims during an emergency response. Mia rushed to the hospital with shaking hands. For hours, she sat outside the room terrified. And during those long hours, something became painfully clear. She loved him. Not because he gave her attention. Not because he made her feel desired. But because he showed her how to become better. When Daniel finally woke up, weak but smiling, Mia burst into tears. "I've spent years hurting people," she whispered. "I thought emotions were weakness. But you made me realize kindness is the strongest thing in the world." Daniel squeezed her hand gently. "People can change, Mia." That sentence broke something inside her. Months passed. Mia's social media slowly transformed. Less fake luxury. Less manipulation. Instead, she shared real moments. Volunteer work. Honest struggles. Encouraging messages. Some followers unfollowed her. But others stayed because they connected with the real version of her. One afternoon, Mia received a message from a teenage girl. "Your story helped me stop bullying people online," it read. "Thank you for showing that kindness matters." Mia read the message 3 times. Then she cried quietly in her kitchen. Not from sadness. From gratitude. Because she finally understood something important. Kindness doesn't just change other people. Sometimes, it saves the person giving it too. Years later, Mia often remembered the girl she used to be. The girl addicted to attention, validation, and games. She didn't hate that version of herself anymore. She pitied her. Because behind every cruel action had been someone deeply lonely. And maybe that's true for many people in this world. Sometimes the coldest hearts are simply hearts that forgot what genuine love feels like. That's why kindness matters so much. A small act. A patient word. A moment of understanding. You never know whose reality it might change. So tonight, before you sleep, think about the people around you. The friend silently struggling. The stranger needing compassion. The family member waiting for forgiveness. Choose kindness while you still can. Because one sincere act of love can succeed where pride, beauty, and attention always fail. And sometimes, the people most lost in fake worlds are the ones who need kindness the most. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to Kindness Story Hub, like this video, and share it with someone who needs this reminder today. Until next time, stay kind, because kindness always finds its way back home.